frick, trying to get the stream to work. Hmm. Hey man, how to get my camera to work? I'm trying to use the OBS Studio or whatever it's called. But do you know how to get that to work?
Input OBS virtual camera.
So what's that? How do I do that?
So on the Discord app, next to the camera, there's a drop down button. Just select that.
I'm trying to stream on YouTube.
OBS virtual camera. Oh, you're trying to stream on YouTube?
Yeah.
And what are you trying to do?
Streams. That way I can like kind of do a live stream thing. You know, I'm just gonna do kind of open discussion.
Give me 1 moment to remember what it was. It was trying to get the Discord call in OBS.
No, stream directly to YouTube.
So with OBS, if you, I believe with the newest OBS update, you can sign into YouTube and it'll allow you to select the stream.
I'm using an older version, I think.
So if you go to the YouTube Studio, live stream, then select the stream, and then like copy the stream key once you create it in YouTube Studio.
How do I get the stream key?
How do you get the stream key? So in the YouTube Studio,
yeah.
Because I use OBS, so it's a bit different. Yeah, and they blocked live streaming on there as well. Let me switch over, and then let's look. That's not good. Okay, there we go. Now I can go to studio.youtube.com and probably to YouTube Kids. Let's try something.
Let me send you the link and see if you can.
All right.
See if you can hop in stream.
I'm really also playing a game as well, so my computer's hating me today. Yep, I can see it.
Hey, you can see me. It's awesome, man.
Yep. It's at like a very low quality though, but then again, that's Baker Internet.
Yeah, it's Baker Internet. We gotta work with what we gotta work with. So yeah, wasn't we vibing? I will put out.
Yep.
And send.
subscribe to him, just cast.
Based.
I subscribe now. So you're sending out the invite to everyone?
Yep.
Thanks.
Oh, I wonder how many people like. Am I able to see how many people are watching? Are you watching?
Yeah, I'm watching right now.
Hey, I see you. I see you. I'm saying you're right there in the little viewer count. Hello, dude. It's weird. There's like a delay. I'm at like 144p right now. It's just what it is. You know, this is how it works.
And I even sent a chat.
Based what? So I'm saying I'm gonna go through and I'm ping people in these group chats. And then I'll ping some folks. But gotta be careful to not at everyone on the server. Don't want leucoids to raid the chat.
Yeah. Alright, well I gotta get back to that other call I was on, so
Oh, you're on another call? Oh well, you have a great day, man. Well, join back whenever you want.
I'll be on standby for watching the stream, so well, see ya.
See you later, man. Yep. Is there anybody even watching the stream right now? Hey, look, there's one person. Yo, my dude. I'm about to post an announcement on the server, so 1 second. So yeah, 1 second. It's announced to the server now. We should probably start getting people trickling in momentarily. Until then, it's just me and the me and Mr. What's that? Trying to figure everything out. Oh, yo, it's 2 people. So yeah, it's just whoa, we already spiked up to 4 people in chat. That is, I was not expecting people to come in so quick. But yes, hello to people. I'm at 144p right now because Baker internet is atrocious. But yeah, I don't know. I got a list of like just ideas that people had wanted me to talk about previously that had been mentioned in chat, and I'll generally reference that back and forth. But like, is there anything? I will ask the 4 patriots who joined immediately. Well, actually, before I ask you what you want me to talk about, is my audio clear? Can anybody check that? Just voice cracked. But yeah, if any of you in chat, can someone say whether or not, like, can you hear me? Testing 1 2. Very clear. Oh wait. So we have one person saying they can hear me, one person saying they can't. Loud and clear. We got 2 people saying they can hear me. I got this funky little speaker thing, which is hilarious because I'm using like a $50 speaker combined with a default webcam, and it's a mess. It's a mess. Oh, just kidding. Okay. It's good to hear that everybody can see. Oh yeah, also behold my mess of a room. Yeah, we've got it is actually my little brother and my shared room. And before anybody asks, real quick, yes, I do have a cardboard cutout of Mr. Morello in my room. Don't ask why. Well, actually, you can ask why. It's an interesting story. Just putting that back real quick. But yeah, the cardboard cutout of Mr. Morello, it comes from like a football game in my freshman year. Some the spirit guys, those the spirit boys, the guys who are like, always trying to promote school spirit at the football games. They just threw it at me one day, and I kind of vibed ever since. I try to bring it to as many football games as I can, but sometimes only two hands. So I normally end up bringing like the megaphone, but it's a memorial. It's, well, not really a memorial. It is a uh, a memory. That's the thing. Yeah, the room's an absolute mess right now. I'm packing to go on to England because this year, if any of you guys know, the Nagisa program at Niceville High School it's deeply integrated into the world scientific community with when it comes to marine life and stuff. So every few years they dispatch a certain number of kids out to different countries, right? To go and start up localized Nagisa programs. What is that video quality? That video quality is Baker internet right there. Because for those who don't know, though you probably know already, I live out about an hour away from the school. My neighbors are a cotton field and an abandoned house. Yay! Yeah, the weird thing about the woods out here is there are more chicken coops out in the middle of Blackwater State Forest than there are houses. It's kind of creepy because the weird thing is, just Baker lore real quick before we get into serious stuff. Hey, cool, we have 8 people in the chat already. But yeah, Baker lore, right? There's this place called Blackwater State Forest, but it's not a regular state forest. Most state forests were consolidated out of federal land based on what you call it. Like they basically find something cool in this area and say, yeah, we should make that a state forest. You know, but Baker, their region here, we did things differently. Basically, they tried to build a town. It failed. So the federal government kind of bought up all these little areas of land, everybody's houses, everybody's like cow fields and farms and stuff, and slowly consolidated them into what is now known as Blackwater State Forest. So Blackwater State Forest is like, it's almost post-apocalyptic because you go out there and there are just they're like abandoned houses, abandoned chicken coops, like overgrown fields. It's really wacky stuff. But to get on to what we're actually here to talk about today, we're here to talk about campaign goals and stuff. What we want to see, as a community. And I'm here to get your ideas, and I thank you all for joining because it does legitimately mean a lot to me. Because the videos every year, it feels they shorten our amount of time that we're allowed to talk. So I'm up there like, how do you fit all the ideas that people send over time? How do you fit that all into a minute? It's hard. But I just figured we'd go over like the general things we're shooting for. Is that what you guys would like to hear? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. Like whatever you want me to talk about. Oh dang, we dropped down to 3 people in chat. That's what it is. So I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys want to hear? You want to hear about just general campaign goals? Awesome, my man. I think there might be some delay in the chat between me because Baker Internet is trash. But the general goal for what we are attempting to do as a student government, right, is for eons. We have seen like this slow kind of, actually, you know what? I'm already getting off topic. What we want to do. See, we've kind of proved it this year that it works. Our main idea has been kind of this egalitarian crusade of sorts. You see, Niceville High School, a Marshall ASMR. There is an immense amount of skill here at Niceville High School, right? There are a lot of kids who have a lot of really great practical skill, right? And I have found personally over the last year as president of our class that is incredibly practically applicable to the matters of the student government. You see, historically, the traditional way that you do things like homecoming floats and do things like decorations and do things like planning and fundraising, the traditional way you do it is you choose from like the default fundraisers. You try your hardest to get some money from that, and then you throw it at your homecoming float to buy parts and stuff. But the thing is, oh hey man, hey Aether Lord. But what we set out to do this year is we took a radically different approach. Well, I wouldn't say radically, but a novel approach. You see, for the longest time, I had been using the Discord server to make posters for the Discord and to support ourselves through the skills of our community, right? And I thought, what if we tried to apply this to the student government? And now my vote was limited. I'm but one guy. I'm a single vote in the student government. But the thing is, I was able to use that pretty effectively because not a lot of people are super involved in things, to try and apply the skills of the people as a means to get things done. And that's actually how we as a class, the class of 2023, we won literally every homecoming competition. The halls, the floats, decorations, all of that stuff, we swept the board, right? And the way we did that is atypical because unlike what you would expect, so normally throughout the year you see a slow buildup of funds, and then the funds drop off because they're all spent on a homecoming or a like big events, right? Well, what I did is the exact opposite happened. We kind of grooved. We kept the prices for merch low because we didn't really need them at the time, and then you suddenly see our funds spike right when the events happen, and you're like, what? Because basically what we did is we went and I went to the Discord and I had been like kind of cataloging who has art skills, who has like construction skills, who has like leadership, and like who is useful, who has merit. It's a meritocracy on the Discord, right? And we took all these people who had different skills and we recruited them in to help on the float and the hall. So we got like 15, 20 kids all together. So instead of just buying things off of Amazon, we got like part of the community to come up together and to donate their time and their thoughts and their resources and their ideas, right? Ideas and resources, it's the same thing. But like they donated their efforts to our community, right? And that allowed us to build the winning float, decorate the winning hall. Like we managed to win everything, right? Without costing the class a single dime, which means that our funds actually spiked, right? Because think about it this way: a lot of kids working on a project means a lot of grandparents helping on a project. A lot of grandparents helping on a project means a lot of grandparents donating to things, right? So we ended up getting literally hundreds of dollars in direct donations to the student government, right? From simply gathering everybody up to help on this, right? So we managed to completely change the system. So we went from losing money on these events to literally making money on these events while also making better events than previous, which meant we have more money in the bank right now. So that way that can be devoted to more important things later on, like classes do gifts and stuff, right? So we took the fundamentals of the student government and we've begun playing with them, and that's something the idea of which I want to really send to the top, because I've found that in all legitimacy, the people of this school who have merit and who have skill are way better at getting stuff done than like any elected official, including myself, could ever be, right? I don't have the same art skills that you guys have. I don't have the same creative power that you guys have. So that's why we want to bring people into the system. We want to bring their vote, we want to bring their polling, we want to bring their idea, and we want to bring their skills in, right? We want to take everything that we've been experimenting with the Discord and with the homecoming stuff, and we want to bring that up to the top. So that way, these people who have practical abilities are in influence, that's kind of the main vibe. Now there's a lot of little ideas, and if you guys want to hear about those, we can talk about that as well. But like that's the general spirit of the campaign, if you kind of get the vibe, you guys getting what I'm saying, or am I incoherent? Like I legitimately want to know your thoughts. Yum. That's all I'm getting from Osas. Though honestly, Osas, absolute king. Lumbago. So yeah, I don't know. Anybody have thoughts? Like, I don't know. I can just like go down the list because I have been getting a lot of like really good ideas. Because once again, like the key to getting more people, and actually, once I know, I want to talk about this real quick. Something I've found that is legitimately interesting, right? So for the longest time, we've seen kind of a decline in school spirit. It's been kind of going down ever since COVID and ever since kind of before that, right? genius idea by Osas. But something we've been seeing is kind of a decline in school spirit. But I saw that the more you get people directly involved in things, not only do costs go down and not only does quality increase, we also see the people who are directly involved in the proceedings of the government become more invested in it, they become more spirited, and therefore we have more crusaders working to spread the ideals of school spirit and increase participation across the board, right? So this crusade we started to simply improve things is doing more than just improving the student government. And I think like we actually we have a number of people who are running under the same idea now because people saw how good things are vibing. So they naturally kind of come in with the Crusades. So I actually, just shout out real quick before I continue. Just like going by the classes. Right now in the freshman, we have two absolute kings. They're both on the Discord, Naeli and Cass on the server. They are both running for office. And if anybody watching this ever in the future, and we're going to try to send out a notification over the Eagle alert system. I'll explain what the Eagle alert system is in a second. But yeah, we're going to try to send out the voting links for the different groups. That way people who can't access their email can still access the voting. But the thing is, so in the freshman class, we have Naeli and Cassius, absolute kings, who are both going for contributing to our egalitarian crusade here. And we also, going up a step further, in the sophomores class, we have Cannon Wright, absolutely awesome person who you should totally vote for, going for the president of that class, and they're going to once again contribute their vote to our egalitarian crusade because every single vote we get increases the ability we have to push things through the student government. And now having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes doesn't seem like a lot in the student government whenever the student government has 22 plus people on it at any given time. But you got to think to yourself, if class presidents, if 67% of people didn't even remember that a certain somebody was president back in the sophomore year, right? If most people don't even know who their officers are, this kind of reflects, because in the student government, in meetings and stuff, you see 8 to 10, you see roughly half of the people ever show up to meetings, right? So if we have a voting block of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the student government helping with our ideals, we can get a lot more done simply because that sounds like a quarter, a fifth of the student government, but in reality, having just a few really active and really useful people in the student government can get a whole lot more done than you realize, and that's why I'm so dead set on supporting these people who are running in the lower classes, because they're going to be continuing our crusade even past the time that we ourselves have graduated. That is the overall goal. From the time I stepped into the school, actually, once again, I'll save that story for a little later because we got a lot of time. But I genuinely want to see, the school left a little bit of a better place. That's just the overall goal here. We are taking on the oligarchy as best we can. But yeah, what I mentioned before, a great example of a student project we have been supporting just in the last month. The kids in the robotics class, absolutely top tier people, best people on earth, right? But one of these kids, right? I won't dox him by name, but he's a king. Chips on the server. But he's been coding this thing up. He calls it the Eagle Alert system, right? And it's basically a system that will allow us to direct message literally every person on the server with important events, when school's out on a certain day. So things like that, important stuff, just to ensure that everybody gets the notifications. We actually did a test run of it this morning. Sadly, his computer freaking okay, I won't. His computer died. Let's put it like that. Basically, the sheer strain of DMing 540 something kids a paragraph at once, just boom, computer no work no more. But he's trying to get it fixed up right now. So hopefully once we refine systems like this, and this is why student run projects really need testing, because by giving a platform to people who normally be marginalized, kids since when do coding nerds have a place in the government? I think they ought to, because they're some of the greatest among us. Oh dear Lord, I said among us. But by giving student projects a platform, not only are we giving the opportunity to improve the student government, but we're also helping individuals, and that is what we want to do. You get in my drift. You get in my drift. I hope you get in my drift. We vibing. I did not plan any of this. I'm just kind of rambling, but it's fun to ramble because this is something I legitimately care about. And honestly, we doing pretty good. I think I'm getting the ideas across. If you guys enjoy it, and thanks to the 5 of you who are actually remaining and watching. Like, it does mean a lot to me that you be here to discuss your ideas, and legitimately don't feel afraid to interrupt me. Like, stick any ideas or anything you want to hear about down in the chat. It's like chat's right over there on my screen. Oh, okay, not the microphone, but the chat's right there. Like, any ideas you have, post them there. I'd love to talk about, like, because you guys, honestly, vast majority of you are way smarter than me. Like, ain't nothing in there. But like, ain't nothing but school spirit in there. I should say no ciggies. Okay, no ciggies. Is that good? Is that good? I don't know. I'm doing my best. But in all effect, I don't know. We were trying to contribute stuff, and that's one of the reasons I've been so encouraging over the past few weeks for people to send ideas to me, because a lot of people have really neat ideas for campaigns. I've been keeping them in the ideas chat, right? Though we did have like a mix of triumphs and shortcomings over the past year. Oh dang, we down to 2 people. Well, salute to the 2 people in chat. But there were some shortcomings over the year. Like I missed one of the early morning special meetings that we do like bi-monthly. And that's unfortunately didn't have quite 100% attendance rate, which sucks, but hey, gonna get that driver's license over the summer. So hopefully we can get back into the action. That's honestly really the only major shortcoming in the year that is like directly a shortcoming. Though there are some things that I think we could improve, right? Because one of the issues I kind of faced in the student government, and it's just how the student government is structured, really, is in all effect. I was and am still, since this is technically one of the last 2 days in my career as the president of the 2023 class. No matter what happens, Wednesday, I will no longer be the president of class of 2023. I'm either going to be the SGA president, or I'm going to be crying in the theater bathroom, probably. It's just how it is. Or well, actually, no, I don't think, I don't know. All right, whatever it is, we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, but like as of now, I am but a single vote who's trying to. Oh, hi Ryan. I see Ryan in the chat. They're a cool person. But being but one voice in the student government meant that we really did have to resort to some atypical methods of getting things done, because like I found myself more and more, because it's scary to go out and put in, like, being honest, it's kind of intimidating to try to go up and push things like the student Discord server, like making a Minecraft server, like promoting any student's personal projects. Like, it's scary to promote that in the student government. But what I found myself doing more and more is there's a very useful aspect of having a very stagnant student government, because the student government is pretty, I don't know, it's still water, just to put it like that. I'll go a bit into the state of the student government and how we might want to try to improve things, whether or not, like, one of the ideas I have been having is trying to, like, kind of revitalize the usefulness of the student government, but that'll tie into writing a manifesto, and I'll get into that later. But what was I talking about? My ADHD medicine wore off, so my brain is dead. But yeah, there is a useful aspect of having a stagnant student government, because I found more and more that what I could do is I could just be like, hey guys, I'm going to do this one thing in the group chat, and then the SGA president would be like, cool, Marshall, whatever you say, man, you go do your thing, and like nobody would care, nobody else would want to get involved at all, which means that basically I could kind of do whatever I wanted, as long as it didn't irritate the other members of the student government. So I found myself more and more just being like, yeah, well, I'm president. I'll support this on the announcements or get an announcement made for it. And if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. Like if I had a quarter for every time I got called, like if I had a quarter for every dang time I got called up to the office over something stupid that one of you guys put on the student Discord server, I would have like enough quarters to buy like a small candy bar. It is what it is. But it's worth it though because like we created a sort of gray zone whenever we started promoting student projects via the student Discord server because the student Discord server has really become an almost a shadow student government. It seems like just kind of vibing. Oh, hi Fazy Boosie. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know. But hello man, I'm sorry you can't talk on the live stream though. I might switch over to talking openly on the Discord in a bit. But yeah, like I'll just read off things in the chat if you have like things that you really want to say on screen. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, like it's really easy to take the fall because the student government is a gray zone. There isn't like not the student government, the student Discord server. It's a gray zone, right? Because the school doesn't really know what to do about it. Because we aren't doing anything wrong. In fact, we're actively encouraging school spirit, which Mr. Morello loves, right? But they're also kind of nervous because it's technically social media, so they're not really supposed to monitor it. But it's also involved with the school, so they want to like kind of keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, 100% love Fortnite, even though unfortunately can't play it much because the tragedy that is Baker's internet. Like, Marshall, why did you give that kid Mentos? Yo, I gave everybody Mentos, man. It was wild at lunch. Yeah, what was it talking about? Oh yeah, like the Discord being this gray zone, the student government and the students, and like just the administration as a whole doesn't really have a ton of power over it. But we kind of get away with that simply because we do nothing wrong. We work through and when am I going to get a haircut? I actually intend to. I have two plans. I'm either going to ask Mr. Morello if I can make getting my haircut into a fundraiser somehow, or I'll just get it cut regularly. Because somebody on the server sent me a really weird idea, right? And I don't know if it'll succeed. But a kid on the server, right, DM'd me and he's like, dude, you should do like a fundraiser where if you can get X amount of money, you should just shave your head. And I'm like, because honestly, I think I'd do that for the school. But it only if we could make like a lot of money off of it. Like so, I'm still in consideration because I don't know what sort of bruh right. How dare you imply your mustache is better than mine? But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the hair trimmed in a bit. But the prospects of turning it into a fundraiser, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I could turn this into an ASMR if you guys wanted. I don't know how ASMR people do it. Uh, but yeah, I can talk into the mic like this. No, okay. Hey guys, this is student government ASMR. I'm here to talk about policy decisions in a funny voice. Ooh. Yeah, but don't worry, I won't put you through that torture. What? Hold on. Why did our viewer count like doubled when I started talking in an ASMR voice? Should I just do this? Listen, I'll leave it up to the chat to decide. One second, like my brothers. Do you want me to do this whole thing in an ASMR style, or are you going to what you call it? Or do you want me to stop because this is probably pretty weird? I have no idea what I sound like right now. Yeah, I'm just going to stop before I make you all ridiculously uncomfortable. $500 to make Marshall go bald. I think we would, in all honesty, if we were go. Oh, hello, eighth person. Oh, goodbye, eighth person. Um, attempt to do a backflip. I don't know how to do a backflip. I'm not very good at it. I'd probably like fall on my face. Honestly, my floor is a landmine. Like, once look at this. Look at this mess. I'm busy packing for the England trip, so it is an absolute mess. I do have a lot of candy though. Unfortunately, I can't give out any candy tomorrow because I already spent my one candy giving out day. Man, yeah, I've been hearing that the opposition has some sort of if you succeed, you'll give me $20 for a backflip. I don't think I have the core strength for that, honestly. Like respectfully. What are our plans for next year? Honestly, just keep on doing what we're doing, man? Like, I legitimately think that things like the student government, not the student government, yeah, cringe. I think things like the student Discord server and things like student run projects are all things that genuinely need to be supported at the very top. So for a lot of matters like Spirit Day and stuff, I want to get people like directly involved, whether that be by polling you guys and then hosting votes and then walking into the student government and being like, hey guys, I understand that you are all independent members of the student government, but here's what the people have voted on, Like I could just go in there and present what the people want and say it is up to you whether or not you defy that. And I honestly think a lot of student government members probably wouldn't go against the will of the people directly, though honestly wouldn't put it above some of them. Marshall, please keep streaming for like 40 minutes so I can watch with audio. Oh, sure, man. Don't worry. Like I can keep going for a while, though eventually I have to stop because I have a frick ton of math homework to do. But like I'm so atrociously behind on homework. It is absolutely painful. But yeah, like I either think that I'll like host polls and host votes and then just walk in and say, this is the will of the people, follow it whether you like it or not. Here's my evidence. Here's my polling. Look at it. If you defy it, I'm going to make sure everyone knows that. And I think that would be enough to pressure the student government into embracing our egalitarian ideals. Either that or I have kind of a cheeky idea, right? What if I just hook myself up with live stream whenever I went into like a student government meeting? Just be like, hey, yo, guys, here's the people. I don't. These are all just ideas. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but it is ideas that people have been sending to me. Oh, listen, let's do a fundraiser that pays someone to teach Marshall how to do a backflip. I don't know if the student government, well, actually, no, the student government, SGA president, like, we are the student government. That one thing is like, you will be taken before the Senate for trial. I am the Senate. No, man, I am the student government, or hopefully we will be. Marshall, I'm willing to bet all the money in my pocket that my mustache is better than yours. Yo, once that, DM me a picture of your mustache and we'll decide. But yeah, dear Lord, I have a lot of DMs. Hopefully it isn't people mad at me over something. But yeah, so like in the future, we'll have to brainstorm a bit. We'll have to work together. But I think we can get folks together to really bring like democracy up towards the top. And legitimately though, the state of the student government is, oh, don't look in the propaganda channel. Oh dear Lord. What's that? Now I'm gonna have to look in the propaganda channel. What's that? My computer's really slow. Oh no, I have a ping in the propaganda channel. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh no. Oh no, what did you do? What did you post? I'm scared. Ah, it isn't loading on my screen. Stupid Baker internet, but I'm nervous. I'll have to say that later. But the state of the student government. Oh, you videoed the no sigays. Oh no, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not mad at that at all. That is a beautiful thing. I 100% support all that tomfoolery. But the state of the student government is, like, I gotta love some of the people on there. Like there are certain real heroes who are working legitimately hard for the betterment of their classes, in spite of the state of things. But ugh, like meetings aren't what you'd imagine them to be. A lot of people come to me asking like, when does the treasurer take their notes, and when does like the secretary do the minutes, and when does this happen, and when does that happen? And it's like, my guys, this does not happen. Like student government meetings are like oftentimes the roles of things like parliamentarians, secretaries, and treasurers are so kind of crunched down that they're all just officers. Officers. They all kind of do the same thing. And now what they do is it can range. Some of them are amazing people who just do a ton. I'll use an example. He was the secretary of our class for so freaking long. Like he was all 3 years. He has been our secretary, right? And man, might as well have been president. Honestly, dude is a king. Can we group chat this thing? I don't know how much I trust you to be on live stream because Lord knows our opposition would very happily screen record some things out of context. But just disclaimer: I do not support anything Osas says in the chat unless it's cool, in which case I do support it. But all things that I don't agree with, I do not support. I'm just putting that out there right now. That really ambiguous disclaimer. Um, well, no, I just kind of meant generally all of you because you're all cool. Though honestly, people in chat, coolest people on the server right now. You are the 1%. Yeah, I wasn't sorry. I was just joking around, guys. I like 100% support you sharing your ideas, Osas. Like none of you guys no, I understand. Like Facey, Boosie, and Uncle. I realize you're different people, you know? We should play Red Dead. I don't have Red Dead Redemption, unfortunately. I do you think I should get it at some point? That's the question. Do you think it could run on my computer? That's the real question there. Oh man, I got a lot of DMs, so I'm gonna check these. 1 second. Someone just DM'd me something they want me to talk about. Oh, fun ideas for Spirit Week. That's something that would be fun to talk about. Spirit Week is really neat. Last year, from what I know, whenever we decided on Spirit Week topics, basically what happened is the student government, we all kind of came together for a bit, right? And the SGA president kind of led us as is normal, and we all voted on, like, each member of the student government had one vote for things they'd want to see as Spirit Week, right? Which kind of sucked because we didn't have a lot of influence. I casted my vote solely behind because if you guys remember, I did a lot of polling around that time, and I told the student government, like, I said it out loud, like who and what you guys had all voted for and requested in the polls, but unfortunately, I was but one vote. That's why we actually are working with like three. No, one second. So we have Cannon and Nieli in the freshman group. We have not Cannon. We have Cassius and Nieli in the freshman group. We have Cannon in the sophomores. We have Mel in the juniors right now, and we are going to have me and Ollie in the SGA, right? And hopefully next year we can get all the freshmen on our side, right? So that should be a pretty considerable voting block if we can all get these people who are actively kind of running with me for office, right? If we can get them all to act as a voting block in the name of the people to, like, strictly follow what is democratically decided, that means that we could take like a pretty sizable chunk of the student government and turn it towards egalitarianism. If we can kind of, like, because I fully intend to hunt down the best and most active and, like, interesting and spirited members of the freshman class next year. I intend to hunt them down, and I intend to get them to run for office, right? Because I want to ensure that the freshman class is like their student government. I want it to be 100% productive, because this isn't just about like me or Cannon or Nieli or Cassius or Mel. This isn't just about us winning. It is about gaining the power to ensure that things are better after we're gone, you know? Because that has been like the quest that we've been working on for the past 3 years. It isn't just to improve things right now, make things more fun for us. The goal is to make things more fun for everyone going onwards into the future, you know? And I should not have put my arm in that motion. Dear Lord. But like, just gesturing into the distance. Gesturing at the light. Whoa! Oh, okay, dear Lord, nearly freaking fell on my chair. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Love you guys. Barely managed to balance, so hopefully I will be okay. Frick, no, gosh damn. Hello. Oh, my elbow. Sorry. All right. So what I was saying